Friday when I pick up the microphone and I start yelling at you into the microphone. And today, more than ever, is going to be an important day for me to be yelling at you into the microphone because today we are talking about discipline. And that is one of my favorite things to talk about. Not the kind of discipline where somebody ties you down and whips you with a thing that they would normally use to get a horse into a crate. I don't even know what that means, but I think I do, but the kind of discipline that you need if you're going to grow your business, because there is a vast, mind-blowing difference between discipline and motivation. In fact, if you ever came to me and said, I need motivation to get something done, I'm just going to stare at you with this blank stare and say, you know what? You're never going to get it done. Motivation is not what you need. Discipline is what is required if you really want to accelerate your business and you really want to grow, because motivation comes and goes. Think about it. You people out there who don't want to go to the gym, you say, I need motivation to go to the gym. You get up the motivation, you go to the gym, you get on the elliptical for 15 minutes, and then you leave and that motivation's gone. And all of the stuff that you actually require to progress physically goes away. Whereas if you have discipline, it is part of your makeup. It's part of your DNA. You have the discipline. You go to the gym, whether you want to or not. And having discipline in your business will be the turning point for you in the acceleration of your growth. Now, if you're watching this and you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, and you want to grow, I'm going to show you how to unlock levels of discipline that are going to help you do that. But if you're watching this and you're somebody who just wants to be mediocre, you're probably bored. You'll be bored by this today. And you're going to look at this and you can say, why is this guy yelling at me? I just want to be mediocre. I don't want to hang around with mediocre people. I want to hang around with the people who want to perform at extraordinary levels, and discipline is going to help you do that. Now, I have made a small presentation for you that has some notes in it, so I'm going to share my screen with you. And for those of you who are new to the channel, thank you so much for being here. The like button that you'll see nearby and the subscribe button, that'll help you get access to my stuff as it comes out, so that you can be the first to get this information. All right, so thanks for being here. I see that there's a bunch of people here on YouTube already. I'm grateful that you're here. Hang out with me in the next 10 minutes. Then we're going to unlock some really cool techniques, some practices that you can start using to get more discipline in your business. And by the way, Jackie Adams, I see you out there. Thanks for being here. By the way, if you do have a business right now and you've made a few sales and you want to make more, I'm offering a free session to help you get your next 3 clients. All you have to do is go to prouty.me, which I just put into the chat, and you got to already have a business and you have to have already made some sales. I'm going to help you get your next 3 clients. If you go to prouty.me, that is going to help you. Well, here we go. Jackie says she needed to hear this, and I'm glad you're here, Jackie. Just pay attention. I'm going to make this super easy for you. And for those of you who are new, unlike Jackie, Jackie's been around for a long time. For those of you who are new, what you're watching is a simulcast of part of a question and answer session that I give the people who are in my masterminds. These people in my masterminds get to hang out with me 4 times a week. And during those times, we're always working on really specific business strategies. On Fridays, we generally have a Q&A where we hang out together like this, and I answer their questions. Then I go live to YouTube and I share some stuff with you as well. So let's talk. Let me just get to the point where I can share. I'm going to share this with you. And let's talk about I want to talk to you about 3 simple disciplines, 3 simple practices that you can start doing today to get more discipline in your business so that, listen up, write this down. Actually, you won't need to, so that you don't need reminders, you don't need to-do lists, and you don't need anything external telling you that you should be doing the things you need to do to grow your business. When you have discipline, which has replaced that fleeting motivation that you used to need, when you have discipline, you simply get to work, doing the things that are most important to drive your business forward. That's a vast difference between motivation, where you wake up and you're like, shoot, it's Monday. If you ever wake up and feel like you don't like Mondays, it's time to do a little bit of a check, a little honest self-reflection, because that discipline, when you have it, you wake up on Mondays and you're rip-roaring ready to go. You can't wait to get to work. Here's practice number 1 for you, and this is one of my favorites. And what I'm going to suggest to you is a little bit different than how I do it, but I will share with you how I do it. And it's time blocking. When you practice blocking, you structure your day so that you have blocks of time where you are focused on just one activity. Now, to be real successful in this, when you do time blocking, you shut off all external distractions. Put the phone in airplane mode. In fact, take the phone and chuck it in a drawer in another room so that it's not distracting you. The science behind this is really important. It has been said that and studied that every distraction, every small distraction while you're working undoes 15 minutes worth of productivity. Even just as simple as a ding, and you look and you see that the thing happened, and then you got to get back in, you've lost 15 minutes of momentum just from that one distraction. This is why I'm recommending this time blocking with the removal of distractions so that you can get a lot of work done. Now, the 90-30 method is what a lot of people employ. This is where you focus exclusively on one task, distraction-free for 90 minutes, then you take a 30-minute break. And then you come back and you do it again. Now, for me, that's not enough time because I've been doing this for years in each of those cases. It's not enough 90 and too much 30. So the way that I organize my time is I do a 4-hour time block, and then I do a 15-minute break. Sometimes if I'm feeling generous, I'll take a 30-minute break, but really 15 is all I need. And so I focus for 240 minutes instead of the 90. But for you, just start with the 90. This works because it aligns with your natural attention cycles. And as you do this, you build up the discipline to focus longer and longer, which is why I can go 4 hours without even really trying. And this also will create that psychological and that physiological, because you've removed things, boundaries against distractions. Remember, every distraction negates about 15 minutes worth of progress. And the other thing that this is going to do is it's going to build a work habit for being able to do things for sustained periods of time. Here's what you'll find. The more you do this, the easier it gets. And the easier it gets, the fewer distractions can actually penetrate you. You have a force field around you. That sounded weird, didn't it? You have a force field around you that's just those distractions are just bouncing off of, whether it's 4 kids or a wife or the phone or the beach, whatever it is, that stuff no longer affects you because you've developed a habit for being able to work for long periods of time. So here's what I want you to do starting today. And look, I get it. If you can't do 90 minutes, you can't do 90 minutes. Can you give me 30? Could you try to work for 30 minutes distraction free? Is there any way in your life right now that you could stop scrolling on social media for 30 minutes and get something done in your business? If you can, and believe me, I wish it was 90 for you. I wish it was 240 minutes for you, but even if you could give me 30 minutes, pick one task for that block and get it done. You are going to feel phenomenal when you get that done. In fact, here's how good you're going to feel. I screwed up this week. I did a recording this week of an educational piece, and I completely messed up in the recording. I spent hours doing this recording, and when I went into production on it, I completely screwed up, and the audio was whacked. And so I wasn't able to use it. Completely unusable, nothing I could do to fix it. But that was okay because I had a time block coming up that didn't have a dedicated task to it. And all I said was, well, I'm going to use this time block to re-record this video. And all of the negative feelings that many people would have had coming out of that mistake were gone. And I got it done. It actually came out better doing it the second time. But because I'm able to focus for long periods of time, I was also able to get it done. You'll find the same thing. Let's talk about the next practice. Oh, common pitfalls. I forgot to mention this. Don't try to do too much at once. That's why if you can do just 30 minutes, you're going to be okay. And the other pitfall, the biggest one, is not protecting yourself from interruptions. Look, you've got to go to those people around you and you've got to say, I'm trying to get something big done here. You might not be able to understand how big it is, and that's okay. I need distraction-free time. So I'm going to close the door. I'm going to lock the door. If you jiggle that door and it's locked, don't knock. If there's a fire, flood, burglar, tell me. Otherwise, leave me alone so that I can get this stuff done. Does that sound harsh? Does that sound like maybe people are going to be a little bit upset with you? Too bad. You're trying to get big things done and you're doing it for them as well. Just remind them of that. All right. I know I sound like a real jerk when I say that, but it's kind of true. Not that I'm a jerk. Well, that's kind of true too, sometimes. Practice number 2 is employing the daily 3 system. The daily 3 system is actually real simple. It's picking 3 big things, 3 large, meaningful tasks that you're going to complete every single day. This allows you to focus on what's important now and creates that clear path towards success for you. Now, when I do my focus time blocks, I mentioned to you that they are 4 hours long. There is one day of my week where I have nothing else scheduled but time blocks, and I have 3 of them scheduled. I have 4 hours in the morning, take a break midday, 4 hours in the afternoon, take a break in the evening to spend time with the kids, and then 4 hours at night. I pick the biggest things imaginable to get done during that time. At the end of the day, I look back and I got the amount of movement that you can make when you do that will astound you. And I'm astounded, even though I've been doing this for years. At the end of the day, I look at what I've accomplished and it's amazing. Okay, so you can do this every workday with 3 things, but if you have, like I have, a full day to get stuff done, you can get real big things done. So make your list, complete the things before you move into the distraction zone, like messages or email. And then I want you to track everything that you do. How effectively were you able to get this done? I was talking to one of the masterminds yesterday, and I was talking about some goals that I set for 90 days, which I got done well under the 90 days. And all that meant was I didn't set my goals big enough. By the way, if you're out there and you feel like you're kind of at it alone and like you've tried a bunch of stuff to get your business to grow and nothing seems to have worked out, or maybe you feel like you have a lot of potential that you wish you could bring to your market. Well, that's what we do inside my masterminds. They're phenomenal. It's a bunch of incredible people who all get together to cheer each other on and to help each other so that everybody wins. If you want to explore that, I'm going to put a link in the chat. It's prouty.me. That's my last name.me. Go there, apply to be on my calendar. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions about your business. I'm going to give you some direct advice, and then I'll tell you about the masterminds. I'm not going to try to sell it to you. You already know if it's right for you before you get on the call. So then you just have to make a decision if you're willing to commit. If you are, I want you in. If you're not, I don't. I'm cool either way. So hop on prouty.me, and I would love to spend a little bit of time with you. Either way, you're going to leave with a bunch of really great advice on growing your business. Let's talk about practice number 3, which is habit stacking. If I could tell you, if I could keep just one of these, well, I'd keep them all. I couldn't keep just one. But I'll tell you, habit stacking. I love habit stacking so much that every Valentine's Day, I send it a card telling it how much I love it. This is the concept of finding success habits and stacking them on top of or immediately near each other. My favorite is stacking them on top of each other. I'm going to give you an example in just a moment. But sometimes it's difficult to create a singular habit, either because of time constrictions or because you feel like you don't have enough information or because everything else is getting in the way. Everything else seems to prioritize before that habit. But there are habits that are important for you and for your business. Things like mentorship. I have a mentor. He has a mentor. Successful people have mentors. I'm in a mastermind. My mentor is in a mastermind. Like we understand that successful people do this kind of stuff. Those are the success steps that you take to advance yourself. So being in this kind of an environment helps those habits get formed and you can explore what other people are doing. And again, I'm going to share with you my favorite habit stacking in just a minute. But this works because it reduces the fatigue of making too many decisions. When you're just stacking these habits on top of each other. Oh, okay, I'm making coffee right now. I'm going to listen to a training that is released every week. So while I'm making coffee every morning, I'm going to listen to a training. While I'm doing one thing, I'm going to do something else that is unrelated that I can do at the same time. And this automates the process of advancement. It also conserves your willpower because if you're making coffee and listening to a training and that's your routine, you don't have to have the willpower to do that. It's your default state. So that saves that willpower that contributes to your discipline for other more important things that are happening during your day. So an implementation exercise, and I'll share with you my example in just a moment, is to put together two activities that are seemingly unrelated but contribute to your progress, which is abbreviated with the letter P in my native language. So here is an example, learn while you exercise. I'll give you a couple examples, but learn while you exercise is my favorite. I exercise twice a day. When I wake up in the morning, the very first thing I do is I go for a run. When I complete my workday, the very first thing I do is I go for another run, or sometimes I go for a bike ride in the afternoon. When I'm exercising, I'm also learning. And there are several really important things that I'm learning at any one time. So I have those here on this device, and then I have my fancy schmancy headphones that plug right into my ears. And I'm learning while I'm running. What's happening here? I have the disciplined habit of exercise. I have the disciplined habit of learning and advancing myself, and they are co-joined. If I'm exercising, I'm learning. And so what that does, if I'm exercising for 90 minutes a day, which is what I do, that's 90 minutes of learning time as well. Do you know how hard that would be to find a dedicated, isolated 90 minutes in the day if I wasn't habit stacking? Because I've got 4 kids, I've got a business to run, I've got hundreds of current clients that I'm working with. It would be very hard to find 90 dedicated minutes to do that learning. But if I habit stack, I get the benefits of the physical exercise and I get the intellectual benefits of the learning all at the same time. Great example. I think it's a great example. You might not, but I do. I also will use time of doing menial tasks. Like I don't mind cleaning my house. I kind of like it because I've tried to have other people clean my house. It just never kind of works out the way I want it to. So pop in the headphones. That's bonus learning time for me. And it's phenomenal. I'm learning foreign language because I want to be a polyglot. So what better time to walk around the house speaking another language, headphones in my ears, than when I'm cleaning? It's amazing to be able to do. So if you could implement just one thing like that, get out and get some exercise and learn at the same time, you will discover the power of habit stacking. So what do we do? How do we wrap this up? Nothing happens overnight. Everything takes more time than you're expecting it to. But when you give something dedication, focus, and time, it will become a part of you. And I'm going to charge you with this. They say it takes 2 weeks to form a habit. Well, screw that. I want you to take 30 days. Because if you're going to take 2 weeks to form a habit, you can take 30 days. And 2 weeks, yeah, you might form the habit. But after 30 days, it's going to be locked in. It's going to be a part of you and a part of what you do. It's going to be your success path. You're clearing the way for success. So these 3 practices that we talked about today, implement those and just promise yourself. I was going to say promise me, but you don't have to promise me anything. This is all about you. You deserve this. You started your business for a reason. You wanted to make money. You wanted to impact people. You wanted to be happy and fulfilled and fun. But the reality is, it's hard. And when you have discipline and you employ these practices to find that discipline, those things become unlocked. You find better clients, which contribute to your profitability. And then suddenly your business becomes fun. But again, it can be very lonely out there as a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, or a mompreneur. It can be incredibly lonely trying to do it alone. So wouldn't you rather be around a group of people who are all trying to do the same thing, who are all trying to do what you're doing right now, or who have all done what you're struggling with right now and can help you along the way? That's exactly why I built my Force Acceleration Mastermind. And you can explore what that's like by going to prouty.me. That's my last name, prouty.me. You'll find that link in the chat. I'll put it in the description of the video. If you go there, get on my calendar for 15 minutes. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not going to try to sell it to you. I'm going to tell you about it. And if it makes sense for you, I want you to join. And if it doesn't make sense for you, I don't. Because I only want the right people in there. And then surprisingly, the cost of being in the mastermind, it's less than coffee. So if you got a vanilla Shazella Carmela latte today, you spent more than the collection of people that are sitting with me here on the Zoom that right before this meeting, I shared a secret strategy that they're already employing today to get clients into their business. I don't know about you, but debates like $11 coffee versus cheaper than that to be in a mastermind, that's kind of bonkers to have that kind of a conversation. But what I really want for you is to have it be so insignificant because you're making so much money and impacting so many lives that debates like coffee and mentorship are insignificant. In fact, $7, $9, $11, $90 is just a rounding error in your profitability. That's what I truly want for you. So anyway, hop onto prouty.me and you can explore what it's like to be inside the mastermind and be surrounded by the amazing, cool people that are here on the Zoom. All right, YouTube, that wraps it up for us here today. Let me just check in. There is, Jackie, you're still out there. Let's see, what do you have to say, Jackie? I'm going to read your comments. Jackie, you just started your new business. I'm really inspired to hear that. I work from home, so I get up at 7 a.m. I do my personal good. You do your personal devotion first. That's important to do. Then spend time with your husband. The challenge is afterwards because we also started a carpet cleaning company here in Texas this month. So you started a new business and you've started a carpet cleaning business. So I don't know what you also started. So I'm going to presume that your business is something different than that. So carpet cleaning businesses are pretty lucrative because just about every house has, thanks for all the hearts, friends. Appreciate that. Carpet, everybody has carpets in their houses and carpets get dirty. Your positioning with your carpet cleaning business is it's not foot traffic that destroys your carpet, it's dirt. Dirt destroys a carpet, not foot traffic. So like your biggest position is when we come in and take care of your carpets, they're going to look better and they're going to last longer because carpets are designed for millions of miles of foot traffic. But what they're not designed for is the damaging effects of dirt. So your marketing position there is that. So look, you're starting a new business. You and your husband started this carpet cleaning business. You've got a lot to be thinking about, right? You got a lot to be thinking about, and it's a lot of work. And so do the time blocking and just focus on the task at hand. Always ask yourself, what's important now? It's the win analogy. I didn't make that up. A football coach did. What's important now? Every time you sit down and you go to put your fingers on the keyboard, you say, what's important now? And if what you're about to do doesn't fall in the category of what's important now, you don't do it. You follow the 4D model. You delete, defer, delegate, or don't do it. That's how I like to do it. Follow all of the D's and get rid of that stuff that isn't important now. You will find that you're moving towards your goal faster and faster and faster, Jackie. And everybody out there who's listening to this. What's important now? Prioritize. What I tell the people in my mastermind is this a first order mechanism for getting clients? Is it a phone call? Is it a meeting? Is it bringing people to a phone call or a meeting? Is it doing estimates? Is it that, or is it, oh, I think I'll post a picture of my vacation on social media and maybe somebody will see my lifestyle and then maybe they'll follow me and then maybe 6 months from now they'll get on my, no, don't do that. You should only be doing client getting, revenue generating activities. That's what's important now for all of you. I don't care how big your business is. If you want more profit, you want more clients to serve, and you want to have that happiness and that confidence and the fulfillment and the balance back in your life, you've got to focus on what's important now, and that's getting clients now. Now, if you want to hang out with a bunch of people who want to help you do that, and you want to hang out with us a couple of times a week where we share the strategies that are working for us, and I share the strategies that are working for me and my private clients, well, prouty.me. HTTPS, got to put that in there, the colon and the slash slash. Will we ever come to a day where we don't need the colon and the slash slash? That seems like, it almost feels like coding, doesn't it, when you have to type in weird characters like that? Just go to prouty.me, get on my calendar. I would love to invite you into the mastermind. It is just a phenomenal place. It's just a phenomenal place. All right. Thanks, Jackie. I love you. Thanks for hanging out today. and listening in. So grateful that you were here. YouTube friends, thank you all for being here, even if you didn't contribute to the conversation. We are going to shut down the YouTube and the people on the Zoom. We will finish up our